2011.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Chris.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'll start at the top of this. Consider approval to advertise an RFQ to create a website. I agree with one of the masters. I forget which one, when you find people said that. Why would you waste money to do another website when you got one up and running already? I don't even know how up to speed your website is right now.
Because our current website doesn't talk about
Is it up to
On there.
what's up then? Is it up to speed on everything else in the county right now? Let's forget about the prison. Is it up to speed, your website, on everything the county has to offer and do?
No.
Well, there should even be a reason for that. We have an IT department, you have chief clerks, you got lots of employees, but nobody can sit down and put some information. When was the last time that that website was added to or corrected or done anything? How long ago?
Actually, I was the one who put the website up and put the general pages up, and then met with every department head on a monthly basis to make sure that they were up current. And there's a email from the two commissioners from the tax administration that says that Zimmerlink is no longer responsible, and that all any changes and updates to the website is to be done by the IT department. From that point on.
And what date was that? I guess?
Somewhere between 2008 and 2012.
So that's for your information.
So we're talking about multi-years that nobody can, I have a website. I know what they're about. You add, you delete, you take away. You don't need to sit dormant for 4 years. And now, Al, you want to say, let's create another one? If you can't keep up to speed with what you have now, why would you create another one if you got employees that can't add to it now or go through it all? Why another duplicate?
And not only that, Commissioner Ambrosini did direct, and from what I understand, there's only one commissioner who directed it, maybe the other one did as well, to update the web page concerning the board appointments, and it's incorrect, and now it's so it's not so much of putting a website up, it's putting accurate information and updating.
So, personally, I think wasted time, wasted money. Utilize what you got now. Save us some money. We all know websites are important. No question about it. Let's go to 2. Consider ratifying the cost for the $550. Again, why would you waste $550 on something when you've been proven to? It's a total loser of a site. It's a total no-win situation. Why do you want to flush $550 more down to come up on this subject? Al, you either lied to immensely on that building in this situation, or you were naive about it. All these good people that did free investigative work for you weren't part of your prison working group. They took time out of their own schedules, own lives, and went and did some very basic work. But it took time. You should commend and be thanking these people for that, not ridiculing them and demeaning them and berating them. You've not listened to not one cry from the public on this subject. None. And you had some very educated people talk and come forth. Don't ask Evelyn for a damn proposal. That's not her profession in life. She's giving you wonderful ideas. Many of these people have, including me. Let me finish. I come here the first time, and I offered my view of the Greensburg prison as a site. I didn't need to be ridiculed in the paper the next by Jim Killinger and such for just bringing up an idea. And I think that's what everybody's had. You call this obstructionist because we have a different viewpoint. We're not against you or her. We're against our money being pissed away, and that's exactly what it's being, and it's becoming nothing. The Iowa Street, forget the Iowa Street. It's a loser. Look at the names it's been called. Stilted Women's Annex, you see the proof. Move along, you made a mistake or you got some bad recommendation. Don't flush $550 more down the drain. Let's go to 3. $10 million to borrow money for new prisons. Al, if you would have said from the start we needed $10 million to put an annex on that building or put something close to the jail, I think you would have never had one bit of opposition in your kind. But when you want to start playing with 30, 50, and $100 million on pie in the sky crap, you're dreaming, Al. You're not going to rehabilitate people in a building. Everyone said it eloquently. Buildings don't do that. It can be done right now. To build a new building, if you're going to solve all the problems in the criminal world, is never going to happen. It's not. There's other ways to spend our money more efficiently, and these people have proven that. Many alternatives. Yes, Al, they have. They've crunched their numbers, they've done their work, and they found other sites.
I've heard a lot lot of ideas, I've heard a lot of opinions, but I've not seen any.
You haven't seen proof? Well, look what the proof Crabtree has given you for 24 grand.
I wonder what the procedure
They
is to
don't know their
remove
facts on the
information
buildings they're
material.
building. They wanted to give you a parking garage for the thing.
Like, I wonder if the
They
people
don't
could
have
get
no
together and
proof or
have
no
him
facts. They're
removed.
just throwing things at the wall because they were paying $24,000 to provide a service for you. Al, you've got wonderful people in this community with good ideas who are willing to share them with you and do it for free. But they don't want hit over the head. They don't want ridicule. They want lied to. And on that note, when I come here that day, I asked your architectural team leader, Killinger, is that site going to be at the county airport? He looked at me and said, no. The next day, it was on that list of the paper.
Oh, we have a lot of.
Hold it. I was
sure you do.
specifically lied to on a question in this room. I asked you, and you didn't want to answer. Killinger finally coughed it out and said no. I don't like being lied to. Now, I want to Killinger something. Now, let me think. Let me have my 5 minutes. He lied to me.
It's not gonna be on the airport.
But that day, he lied to me and said it wasn't, and the next day in the paper,
It was on the list.
It was on the list the next day.
Al, the man lied to me. He lied to me in this room in public. B, Mr. Killinger is going on. He's got a short fuse. He's arrogant with people. He doesn't care about his opinions. And B, no, I'm not beating him up. I'm talking facts. He has tried to strong-arm supervisors in his community and to put him in jail when they want him. He's like a loose cannon running around doing or saying whatever he wants to.
That's your opinion.
It is my opinion. But he lied to me. And he should, an employee or one of your...
I don't see where he did.
I asked him a direct question here, Al. He said no, it wasn't going to be on the airport. Next day in the paper, I'm reading Patty Yocker's story. There it is, right on the airport. I don't need to be lied to. So everything we've got as the public is either half-truths, lies, or BS.
Yep.
And we're trying to give you facts and help you and go along with you, but you're fighting us.
If you would look at all the properties that were published in the paper, that site is still, the airport site is still.
It wasn't the day I asked him to his face here. He lied to me. There was a story in the paper from her about that.
That property was on the backside of the airport was on the list.
Then why didn't he just say it?
Almost from day one.
Al.
Because you said, are you going to build it on the airport? He said no. And he was
I says, is the airport on the list? And he said no. You're blowing it off to me. It's lying to my face. And I don't like being lied to. So Al, my opinion is, listen to all these good people who are trying to help you with this. Don't, Al, are you listening? Listen to the good people in this community. Listen to the people who supported you, who cared about you, and put you in that seat. Because so far, you've not done that.
any other comments?